That black lake is the dry eye of the flood. The cuny, cap of invisibility. The cabissus, a leather pouch in which to carry the Gorgon's head, and winged sandals so that he might fly. They say he flew out so far, he came to the place where the great Titan Atlas stood, whose punishment it was to hold up the head. And he called out.
No one goes into the gorge. Got that?
Shall we say why the pass is closed?
He's the man. All sounds are smooth.
Big
Such
mistake.
a noise about your destiny. I'm tired of bearing the weight of heavens. And if I let go, that sky will fall on your heads.
I seek Medusa, the Gorgon, whose look turns to stone.
The Gorgon. The Gorgon is on a rock at the edge of the world. I dream she passes, and her stare turns me to stone. No more waiting.
Closer, closer. Was she waiting? She was waiting for him, wasn't she?
Oh yeah, she was waiting.
No, stomach.
Imagine moving through statues, through people the Gorgon is frozen to stone. He's wearing his cap and he's clutching his sword, but none of those things seem to help him. He's invisible, but he's sure she can see him.
She can smell him.
He's frightened. So frightened.
He's here, sisters, he's come. The man who seeks us is here. Wake, sisters, wake!
Why won't you show yourself, stranger? Are you afraid? Where are you? I can't see you.
He wants to look at her, wants to turn. The voice tempting him to turn. She can't see him, but her voice can charm him. He's invisible, but if he looks at her, he's finished.
I like to be looked at. And I like to look too. Where are you? Look into my eyes. There's a word in my eyes. Where are you, stranger? Why don't you look at me? I like to be looked at. Can you see me? Medusa! Oh, sister! Where is he? Kill him! He did it! He did it! Who are these other Gorgons? Never mentioned 3 Gorgons.
If I tell the whole story, your head would burst. There is no one story. There are branches, rooms, like this house. Rooms, corridors, dead ends. What about the minutes his mother spent? The minutes running away. What happened? Or Dictus, his family broken on a whim. Or Acrisius the king, haunted, whose sleep is always fitful, who cannot forget the oracle. Yes, the Gorgon had sisters. Yes, Perseus turned
How
his
did
sad
she have
giant Atlas
sisters?
to stone. I can't tell you.
Hang on. He turned Atlas to stone.
He flew past Atlas,
I have to look
took
that
pity
up.
on the poor giant, showed him the
Like
sad
he was
eye,
too
let him
human.
sleep
He
the
was
long
turned into
sleep
a
of a mountain.
Right?
Atlas! Atlas!
To be fair, this is like 90s, 80s logic, so this is
No, because I had heard that
With
there
the
were
Gorgon's
3
head in his
Gorgons
hands,
before.
his sword pointing the way in front of him. Perhaps his mother has
But
been
that's
taken
the
to
thing,
the palace.
probably
Perhaps for a decade,
something that
where
was
he married.
falsely accused, because they're under the knowledge that he challenged Polydectes, but apparently it was the other way around, according to Britannia.
Don't you know me, Polydectes?
Perseus?
Let her go!
I have brought you a gift for your wedding. Would you look on it?
You brought me the Gorgon's head.
I have.
My prince. The boy has been to the end of the world and come back with the Medusa's head. I advise you to remove yourselves. One look. Is this right, boy? One look, and we shall all be petrified.
That's
dear. Think we'll show our true colours. Anyone else might have a story of a child's nightmare? The Gorgon. So weak! Will no one stay with me? He's lying! It's a dream! Come. Sit. Eat with me.
I dreamed of dark. I dreamed of light. I dreamed I was a king. I dreamed I was a god's son. I dreamed your limbs grew heavy and your blood turned to sand. And I dreamed you cried out.
Turn him to stone? Ah, good. The Oracle was wrong.
What?
Chrysius. The Oracle said Perseus would kill his grandfather. And he didn't.
I went to the Oracle once. Never asked. You never hear what you hope for. When Danae told Perseus about his birth, about the Oracle, Perseus felt compassion for Chrysius. He decided to return to Argos and promised his grandfather he would do him no harm.
Good.
What does it take for an accident to happen? Imagine after standing for 1,000 winters, this roof should suddenly give up its spirit and fall on our head.
Yeah. What?
What is that? Chance? Fate? The gods' sport? So it was with Perseus and Chrysius. The old king heard of Perseus' deeds, fled from Argos, hid from him in the narrow lanes of Larissa. Perseus traveled slowly to Argos, stopping up on the way. There was a contest at Larissa. He stopped, hurled the discus wide, past all the others, hurled it into the sky.
Watch out.
Chrysius halted stood in the ground. The discus sought him out with the strength of an oracle, found him, killed him.
So the Oracle was true. It's terrible.
Oracles. Stories are true. There are monsters at the end of the world. There are looks that can kill. And who has not been petrified with fear? Ask Athene, warrior daughter of Zeus, weaver, maker of spiders. She will tell you the things I cannot. She will sing the praises of Perseus, the hero, father of the Argive, the Gorgon slayer.
Brian Henson is the dog.
Oh wow.
Is that Jim Henson's son?
Yes, it is. I was wondering who voices him.
I must finish this. Gotta cover that dick.
You know how it is. She's your mother. Half
Yeah.
mother. No, there's no such thing as a half mother.
Orpheus. Orpheus, don't go!
What did it say?
Eurydice. The woman Orpheus loved. Orpheus and Eurydice. Two names that will always belong together. Two people who loved each other even beyond the shadow of death itself. 9 muses who sang to the gods on Mount Olympus. She was the muse of poetry and music, and her son became the greatest musician the world had ever known. For the sake of his music, Jason took Orpheus on the quest for the Golden Fleece. His lyre could soothe the waves themselves.
Liar.
This is the lyre. The lyre of Orpheus. Orpheus had a kingdom in Thrace, in the far north of Greece, where the olive trees are bent to the wind. When he came home from his travels, and was once again among his people, he sat upon the stones at the edge of the forest and prayed. Beginning of spring, there had been no rain for 2 months.
Right here.
Take pride in your work, I always say.
His people danced, and as their bare feet hit the stones, you would have said the stones were moving as they danced. Not just the stones. As the king played on, his music seemed to weave into the sounds of the hillside, as if the bird song, the river fall, the goat's bells, and the wind in the grasses had been brought into being by his playing.
Makes you want to move.
When Orpheus played, the whole world wanted to move. It seemed that the roots of the trees would haul themselves up from the earth and dance to his rhythm. His music gave them new life, for as he played, the rain started to fall. Children tugged at their mother's arms and whispered, Persephone, Persephone, Persephone. For while they danced, the goddess who dances in the spring came among them. His music stirred the natural world, and the earth's sound spoke to him. One day he was walking in the wilderness beyond the forest, listening
Venice
to the
believe
sound
them.
of the wind in the trees.
If they're samurai, anything can be a samurai. A samurai pizza?
There was one sound that drew him.
Samurai pizza cats.
It came from among the trees.
Watch the video copyright.
It was the wood nymph, Eurydice, and his music had brought her into the world of men.
I'm Orpheus. Orpheus.
Yes.
I have sung storms to sleep. I have made the clashing rocks move away from our ship. I've been to the end of the world and seen things more terrible, more beautiful than I thought could be.
Right, are you still talking? Oh, fucking with him.
Listen to the silence.
Ugh, he's a terrorist in true lies.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, great. That's just what we need.
Say your name. Say your name to me, and I'll pick it out of the air, and I'll make a tune of it, and I'll give it back to you more beautiful than you. Eurydice, 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 Eurydice.
That was how he led her back to his people. Walking before her in the wilderness, playing as he went, like a
The
child
right tool
with
for
a
the
new
right
gift
job.
to show his parents. And as he looked back at her, she smiled for happiness.
What a beautiful story.
I'm afraid it isn't over yet. Sometimes the story doesn't end with two people falling in love. It starts there.
So she went back into the tree?
No, they were married. They lived together all that spring and summer. Eurydice loved Orpheus and he loved her, as if there never had been love before they met, and never would be love after.
Why are you looking over there?
You're such a good girl.
You missed the forest.
I'm looking towards the tree. Sometimes the wind moves them and I hear noises that pull me.
Orpheus wanted to keep her away from the untrimmed trees and ragged depths of the forest because he knew who was there.
Who was?
And I can't see anything outside, so I don't even want to
Creatures given up to
try
pleasure.
to believe
Hairy
that
and
I was
unpredictable.
Like me.
Hairy, anyway. And out there in the forest of Greece was Aristias himself, with lopes in and out of the deepest woods. All was right. Branches were heavy with wood, and the men and women of that country gathered in the harvest. Some grateful dance, modest and Eurydice was
Who's there?
Aristias.
Trust this one.
I can see you.
Hello.
A mess. Scratch your leg. Oh, shaking of the leg. Oh, if there was a wall I could get up against, if there was a rough place I could rub up against and have a really good itch. Oh, can you scratch my itch? Go on, just give me a good. Oh, yeah, it's great. Oh, yeah. Nice job. Go on, open it up.
Who are you?
I'm a man. I'm the brother of Pan.
Oh, no! Oh, oh,
I'm a Aristias meant her no harm, but as she ran through the forest, a snake bit her.
Stranger, may we speak?
Satyrs understand only pleasure. In the face of pain, they are like children alone in the dark.
I'm a man. It wasn't me. Just a snake. Just a snake. Eurydice. Speak to me. Eurydice. Don't leave me!
But her eyes just stared past him and her mouth gaped as wide as a grave. He took his wife in his arms and carried her out of the forest to where his people were still dancing. And his words chilled their hearts.
Eurydice is dead. We'll give her body to the woods laid out for harvest fires. And when we have done with our lamenting, I will break my lyre. For since she is dead, there will be no more music.
Bring her back! Don't let her die. Help me. Please help me. You can do it. Your music can do anything, can't it? Make it bring her back. Use this to bring her back. Please, please, you must. You must help me. Zeus and the Immortals, hear me!
I will calm the seas and made rocks move with my music. I will charm death himself. Do you hear me? I will bring her back from the arms of death himself.
So armed only with his music, Orpheus went down into the underworld, a land from which no one has ever returned.
My Geico motorcycle policy can cover my helmet too, so if it gets damaged, they'll replace it.
I'm on cloud 9.
Disclaimer, clouds cannot support human weight. And even if you procured a jetpack and searched, you'd find no cloud numbered 9. Geico assumes no liability for any disappointment in discovering clouds. Get more with Geico.
10 o'clock, you said. Probably have enough time.
Make
30
every
minutes
day
to
more
an hour of
flavorful
it.
with one delicious drop. Ricotta Dairy.
Make 6 jets fly as one. That's the Blue Angel magic.
This year, we're bringing 5 new people into this team. Something I never thought was going to happen.
It's 1 in a million.
When you're flying 12 inches apart, every flop's in each other's hands. The jets just kind of freeze, and the world around you seems to spin. I just pinch myself with the chance to be part of it.
I am about to disassemble jewelry.
There's almost no sound in
Heading down
Hades.
to the jewelry.
The dog there. They have a 3-headed dog, Cerberus, if you must. This is the story of dogs. This is the story of Orpheus, who went down into Hades itself to bring back his loved one. He picked his way down towards the river Styx, the river he must cross to reach the underworld. There below, he saw his wife, walking towards Charon, the ferryman of Hades. One oboe. Trinity, don't drink! This is the water.
You don't own her,
The water that makes you forget. Everyone must drink it. It's sweet. No matter time. Don't you feel all those painful things?
Bitch, I'm talking to you.
Eurydice didn't turn as the boat drifted on through the distance. Orpheus could only wait for the ferry to return, knowing there was no other way across.
One oval. The crossing is one oval. No oval, no crossing. Oh, it moved. The souls of the dead have no weight. Your hands, they're warm.
I'm alive.
Yes. Your lips, your skin. I haven't heard music. Oh, I don't know. So long. Doesn't it soothe you, Asa? Huh?
Reaching the far side of the river, Orpheus stumbled on through the cold marshes, with Eurydice gliding ahead of him, always just out of reach. He called to her, but as he did so, the mists rolled back before his eyes. There in front of him was Hades, the king of the underworld, with Persephone, his queen, by his side.
So weird, I got this one already.
Who comes uninvited to my kingdom? I'm Orpheus, king of Thrace, son of Calliope. And what does King Orpheus so now the judgment? Eurydice, my wife.
Why is it showing that so
No soul returns from my king. Love is stronger than death. Nothing is stronger than death, little Eurydice.
You must not have gotten this. That's the way.
Fear. I am all audience of the fear. A knock at the door when you expect. I am the one whose name is spoken for fear I hear it and sit down. I am the pain in your arm at 4 in the morning, the headache that will not shift.
Orpheus would not give up Eurydice. He played again. This time to the
Is that a dinner plate on her head?
He will not listen.
Oh shit, yeah, you're right. It looks like a pie tin.
Yeah, he pretends to listen to his life.
Oh man, this is totally respectful to Greek culture.
Each year, mankind
Doing something with magic-y?
while I stayed here, because he tricked me long ago. Even Zeus was powerless to change it. The trick is a musician.
I think so, but he is playing it too
Orpheus played
style.
but the king of the underworld is dead to his beauty.
Everything must die, Orpheus. The people we love most have died. Even the rocks, the earth itself is eaten away by time. Everything must die, Orpheus.
To live again. People think of death like absence, but absence isn't forever.
Please
Not
just
while
rest.
there is any
Just
life
relax.
left at all in the world. It is only cold on the earth for 6
Come on,
months.
babe. Come here.
Death is out friend.
Come here, Bailey. Bailey. Leave Mom alone. Hey. No.
Husband, I pray to you. I am begging you.
Hi, babe.
Give up this soul
This is a
for
good girl.
Orpheus.
Very well,
Come
little musician.
You're
Take
so
your
pretty.
prize. Take to the other world. But always walk together.
Gorgeous.
Do not once look back to see if she is following. For if you turn to look at her, she will deny you once more. You hear me?
Shit. That's it.
Imagine the love of his life behind him, yet he must not look at her. With every step that he took, he listened. The shades of the dead make no sound, and he could not hear her tread behind him. He walked, grim as death itself, on and on through the wastes of the underworld toward the 9-loop river Styx. By the time he reached Charon's boat, he had started to doubt that Eurydice was behind him. Don't ask me questions, don't see. Don't remind me of the world. That my duty, that's enough.
Eurydice, give me a sign. Just breathe. I can't hear you.
Don't look around. Oh, how he longed. How he longed. As he started up the steep track that leads back to the world's light, he kept his eyes on the ground. He clenched his fists hard, willed himself not to think of her. It wasn't far. Ahead of him, he could see the daylight. If only he could believe that she was behind him. The silence of her death was not a real silence, but had been redeemed by music. He was almost at the entrance of the cave that leads to Hades, and he could hear the birds singing outside.
And they walked out into the sunlight and were happy ever after.
They did.
You want? I could just get you your headphones.
They did.
You could
It's
just
always
listen
just
to
when
it.
you think you have things in your grasp that you close your fingers and find them gone. Because when we're in love, it's our hearts that guide us. It's friends.
You look quiet.
Orpheus could bear it no longer. He turned. And her soul led back to him. He had lost Eurydice forever. Orpheus went out alone. He went back to the land of his people. And sat like a man, dead. And the women gathered round him. They felt his pain, but they begged him to play, for his music brought rain, made crops for him. women came to him from the fields, knowing they must end this deathly noise. They circled round him and beat their tools upon the ground.
They're really wild, those women. What did they do? No! What are they doing to him?
They tore his body limb from limb. They cast its fragments onto the river, and his head floated out to sea, the island of Lesbos. His head still sang her name, will always sing her name, Eurydice. And some people say that the wild women were they still. That was the last time the trees had sown. But from that head, nothing in those or silver watch, but peace. Never will be as long as there is love. So maybe love is stronger than death.
And we could as liar. No. It's here. Be quiet. Be quiet.
A liar is here. But without music, you have nothing. You need the shape of nothing. Choose out of silence. Music that lasts forever.
That was fun.
Only electric is Smart Boost technology for the most effective stain removal and longer lasting fabrics. Now available in the new laundry power.
Time to bring the lightning.
Does everybody have the same daily endeavor?
I think they do, yeah. They all have to be the same, so if there are certain ones that are like, go do this particular dungeon, then you know that dungeon's gonna be packed that day.
What should I know? I don't like it. You should learn not to bark. I didn't think coins and center was more valuable.
Terrible God. I know you insult me.
You bite people.
I'm not dog. It's my business to fight people. That's you. Should never come to Crete. I've never liked islands. You get stuck on them. Labyrinth.
This must be the labyrinth of Knossos. Nobody's been here for centuries. This was the Minotaur's prison. 1,000 Athenians died in these passages.
1,000. That's a nice round number. Let's leave it at that.
The Minotaur must have charged that way. Trampled that very power.
The Minotaur, when you say charge, do you mean, what do you mean?
Charged. Charged.
Half man, half bull, mad with hunger and sadness. Until a hero came, the bow and the grace.
Did you travel to Kishon?
10 centuries ago, a creature was born. A child of a temple witch. Son of a son. A creature so monstrous, Minos, king of Crete, had this maze built to hide her. Every 7 years, there was a blood tribute paid to her. Every 7 years, a black-sailed ship came from Athens. 7 youths in their prime.
There should be a
7 pure
fine.
maidens were taken as sacrifice, brought here to the labyrinth, where every passage is a crossroad, every way out is a way in, and where the Minotaur's savage appetite for human flesh would be dealt with in the dark. But there was one person who came and went at will within the beast's domain. Ariadne, daughter of Minos the king. Every day she visited the creature, pitied it down in the dark, shut away with its secret.
My age or my eyes start drying out. It's like, hey, stupid, close your eyeballs.
It's time to close those eyes.
She knew that heart was human, no matter what the face, no matter what she saw, no matter what she heard. The cries of the victims, the pitiful cries, awful.
Hold on, don't go judging.
Many leagues away from Crete, a bull was being sacrificed, watched by a mother and her son, Theseus. She had never told him who his father was, bound by a promise made 17 years before. Now Theseus was growing up, and she knew that soon he would leave her, just as his father had done before.
Why do you weep?
Sounds about white, right?
Are the bulls dead? No. No more.
I was thinking of the pine forest, of the rock, on the high ground in the forest. When you can move the rock, you will find out who your father is.
I cannot!
Then wait one summer.
We should get a bunch of fake historical artifacts.
When you can move the rock, you will leave me.
Have a fake tree.
But Theseus couldn't wait another summer. He was there, morning after morning, straining at the rock, tearing his muscles, until one day, the dawn still damp in his hair, he felt
Yeah,
the
this
rock
was,
give.
that time in history before
One
lumber.
last effort.
Right.
We didn't understand the concept of leverage.
Greeks are so smart. Greeks are so smart.
How did she get the rock on top of this?
When you try to apply logic to something like this, it sort of doesn't make sense. So can you like...
Father is a king.
Look, the lady before this was wearing
Father is
high
Aegeus,
crown, so...
king of Athens.
That's true.
Theseus heard the story of his birth, vowed to go to Athens and make himself known to his father.
I will come back. I promise.
Go to Athens
Now,
by
I'm not
sea.
saying the show
Don't
is low
miss the
budget.
coast road. Nature will find you soon enough.
High tens crown.
He go by sea. No, he
Wow.
went by the coast road. Plagued by robbers, giants,
Brian
bandits.
Henson is rolling
A
in
long
his
journey, he slew
Wait, he isn't dead yet? Don't
Smile
worry,
on the
he
king,
will.
seen as the pine tree, until at last he came to the great fortress of Athens, rising up from the sea. In the dust of the journey,
I
still
love
in his
threatening
skin,
families.
he sought audience with Aegeus, his father.
I'll come with you and your kids, man.
It was 17 years since Aegeus had left Theseus' mother.
Ages.
Now his beard was grey, and another woman was by his side, Medea.
I thank you, Lord, for greeting a stranger.
Word of your great adventures reaches the king. Slayer of giants we hear, scourge of bandits.
I wish the road between my home and Athens safe for travel.
Where is that home?
Troyes in the west.
My lord is trusting. I tell him as his priestess, as mother to his sons, be wary of those who cry for blood on their hands.
I seek purification from the king.
What's your name, Maria?
Theseus.
Your lineage?
Some say my father is of the sea. Some say he is a great king.
The king is insulted, my lord. Does he owe you allegiance?
I would give my life for him. I would take my
didn't see that handstone at first.
She was also that she knew Theseus. She knew nothing would stand in his way. Not love, not fear, not the trials. Theseus went to the river Caphissus and washed himself in readiness for peace. Medea, wanting the kingdom for her own sons, also made preparations. Mixing
Watching the whole water, the whole water turn into Theseus shower. So he put the water in, it was like a waterfall. It was still fun. I went back and shit.
Drink the wine.
No! Theseus! My son! My son! Seize her! Seize the sorceress!
A curse on you, Aegeus of Athens. A curse on your son. You will bring each other nothing but pain and sorrow. Before a year is out, grief will poison you.
Spitting out her foul curse, she vanished, seen no more.
Is that true? They bring each other nothing but pain and sorrow? Isn't terrible?
No, no. At first it was wonderful. The king, who had rarely smiled, now laughed. Age not from when Theseus walked the fortress of the Acropolis with the proud steps of a prince. At first it was wonderful.
Blood coming up.
But there was already a curse on Athens, and the time had come for 14 more of her sons and daughters to set sail for Crete, dressed in the white robes of sacrifice.
Stop! Take up the robe. Take up the robe. Every 7 years, Father, stretching into the future, our sons and our sons' sons, our wives' daughters and their daughters too. Not anymore.
I beg you!
What is this Minotaur of theirs? Who has seen it? I have. If I means I have seen it, it waits for me. And I, Theseus, son of Aegeus, Procrustes and Sciron the kicker, and Cetus the climb bender, I will face the monster and rid Athens of its fear. Raise your heads, sons and daughters of Athens, lift up your hearts. We will return with the head of the beast on our prow.
Don't return under the black sail! If you come back safe, hoist the white sail! Son, do you hear me? I shall be watching every day from the cliffs.
The white sail, Father! Have no fear, I will return, I promise!
A white sail!
I promise!
And with his promise catching on the wind, Theseus set sail for Crete.
Yeah, right. I hate the mullet.
See this haircut. Nobody expects that.
Too true.
The color of the sky. So the sky's purple. That's nice. Please. Enemies. I'm somebody's daughter. I'm the daughter of the king. I'm sister. You're a son.
You know the feeling. Those moments when you realize your life is going to change forever. When things get good. From knocking it down to leaving your job. From moving to new places to making new memories. But no matter what happens when it comes to health insurance, at healthcare.gov, you can. If you lost your health insurance or need to update it because of a recent life change, check your eligibility to enroll at healthcare.gov. Because worrying about health items shouldn't hold you back as you keep moving forward. Only Electronics is smart boost technology for the most effective stain removal and longer lasting fabrics.
Save up to $700 at Electrolux and participating retailers.
Saving on your education should be a right, not a competition. At University of Phoenix, you'll get the best scholarship or savings you qualify for. Simple as that. Explore scholarship options at University of Phoenix.
As Ariadne came from the labyrinth, ran the monster left with its secrets. Theseus, son of Aegeus, saved its fruit. As the children of Athens came before him, Theseus, the hero, stood defiant. He saw her, as she saw him, the threads of their lives crossed, tangled, knotted meant to be.
Kneel, Athenian.
Who am I kneeling to?
Ariadne. Don't touch
I want
me.
to go back to town.
Carp.
I said Athenian, I beg you. Kneel before her.
Tarhan.
How could I refuse?
Forehead on the ground as the Egyptians kneel to their kings and queens. Who are you?
Theseus, son of Aegeus.
King's son. Did you go to the Minotaur as sacrifice? Did you think you would get?
I think I was a fool
So too.
when I gave you a civil answer.
Take him away, so die all enemies of my father.
As the guards lifted him up, he felt her press something to his hand. It was a key. She gave him a key? My goodness, this is getting exciting. Theseus was locked with the others in the deepest, darkest dungeon of the palace. Those that slept shook with their nightmares. Those who couldn't sleep were fixed on their fate. Death playing over in their minds. How they would die. What they would feel. Whether the pain would be quick or slow, or Zeus, help me! Athene, help me!
Far under the palace, you will come to a great door marked with gold. Go through it and enter the labyrinth. Lay out this ball of twine behind you as you go to guide you on your return. Go forwards and always down. And in the very heart of the maze, you'll find the beast.
Why do you do this for me?
Because the curse on Athens is also the curse on Crete. Because of the way you look at me.
How do I look at you?
This. Like this.
Why do you want the Minotaur dead?
It shames my family. It shames me. What life does it have in the dark? It's loveless. Don't ask more. Go. Go and kill the beast. Promise me one thing. Promise me if you return, you'll take me with you.
I promise.
And so Theseus the hero opened the great door to the labyrinth.
The hero suck his dick even more. I know. The heroes.
He knew immediately the beast could sense him. But like a brooding black spider, it could sense the slightest movement in its massive, intricate web. Theseus froze. Could hear his
This
own
is gonna
heart.
be the enchanting room.
Or was it the beast's?
No, you're in the alchemy room.
What happened? No, don't tell me.
Beautiful,
No, tell me.
magical flower
Oh,
banner.
this is terrible.
You're looking for
Theseus
the one
crept
right
round the
next
next
to
one.
it, to the left.
And the next. Always forwards,
That one.
always down, hang out the thread until... Power of a bull, the guide of a man, knew every inch of its domain. Wherever Theseus went, it knew another way, suddenly appearing, smashing through passages, maddened, wild, famished.
My enchantments.
Thankfully, you can buy those. I hate
So expensive.
2,000 gold for a cake. I better be getting some crack with my gold.
It lay there on the floor,
bleeding to death, and Theseus stood above it with his sword. And as he watched, its huge jaws moved, and it seemed to him as if the sounds coming from them were almost human. Mother, it seemed to say. Mother, father, brother, sister.
Well, now you're just saying family. I think you're just trying to have me sympathize with it.
Don't kill him. He's my brother.
Oh, you're black. I'm here to steal shit.
Please. He's my brother.
Jejora, Denis, Denata.
Move! Move away!
Yeah.
Theseus, son of Aegeus!
Fuck yeah, Theseus. Fucking stab that thing. Yeah, man. You're so cool, Theseus. Yeah, Theseus.
He killed him. Oh, what?
I like that he killed him, even though his mom begged him
Jejora, Okoma.
Oh, that's right, his sister. Well, hold on now, because they have sex.
Theseus saw only the beast.
Like that
He
somehow
saw only the
picture
moment when he
his
could
mom.
hold the horns aloft on the key of Athens.
See,
His father's face, the pride, the hero's welcome. All his life
Jode,
for that
May,
moment. The birth, the rock, the sword, the labours. All for that moment when he struck off the head of the Minotaur. Within an hour he was
Jode,
pulling out of the harbour, firing the Cretan ships, heading out towards the open sea, the beast's head wrapped in sailcloth.
Did she go with him?
Tade, Mako, Jejota,
She loved him. From the first moment she'd seen him, she loved him.
Tade,
But already she saw
Rakeba,
his heart was
Jejota.
growing cold and famous, and she was forced to look on the bloodied sail which covered her brother's head,
Urade,
and the
Rakeba,
burning of her father's
Jejota.
mighty fleet. And regret chilled her as she stood and watched Crete recede and fade on the horizon, knowing she could never go back. The next night they put him at Naxos, certain of their safety. Danced the dance of the crane. 14 Athenians danced the ritual steps of victory. Feasted late into
Alright, so
the
when it says extract 8 items of the enchanting
triumph, flushing
it means, yeah, glyphs, armor,
Ariadne
weapon,
watched
jewelry, glyphs,
Sin,
all of those.
watched and waited for her new lord to join her.
I would technically count these as one item, but
And when the fire died to its embers, when the wineskins were dry, when his feet could no longer carry him, Theseus came to her. All night he promised her everything. The promise of a man to the promise his father had made to his mother. And broken.
So he married her.
When Ariadne woke, the bed was empty. The sun beat down on the white sand. She looked for Theseus, but he was gone. She ran to the shore, running through the ashes of the feast, running in the footprints of the dance into the water, as the ship with a black sail carried Theseus to Athens.
Theseus! Son of Aegeus! Breaker of promises! Betrayer!
Jora, Denis,
Already Theseus'
Denata.
thoughts were elsewhere, puzzling on the beast's head he kept in the sailcloth, now folding, now unfolding, amazed that with each day its features seemed to him more human, more gentle.
Jora,
And
May,
the sail. That was the white
Jejota.
sail he promised he would hoist it on his return.
I know.
Not wrap the head in it he promised his father.
Aegeus had grown
Jora,
old and scandalous.
Rakeba,
He had grown
Jejota.
old, and then one day, standing at the edge of the cliffs, he saw a sail approaching.
Urade, Rakeba, Jejota.
My family, you lord me! My brother's blood on my hands, faithless one!
His eyes were weak, the sun so blinding. At first he could not tell if it were white or black.
You carry the beast's forehead with you, but also my heart! My heart! My wretched heart! Abandoned on this shore! No way back! None forward!
leapt out into the dazzling light of the day, into the sea, which ever after bears his name.
I curse your birth! I curse the love I bore for you! You've gone through watchful things! Hear my cries! Mark my tears! Let the sky fall on him! The sea swallow him! The earth drown him! He abandons me!
I've got what you need.
Theseus, son of Aegeus.
This is taking longer than I'd planned.
King.
Just about enough of this.
Huh? As if I hit the phone.
Many nights he would dream of wandering through the winding corridors of his palace, looking as he had done once before for a monster to kill. But in the dream, it was always his mother, or his father, or his wife he killed. And when he caught his own reflection, he had the monster's face.
Controller, it's tremendous. So I whipped it on my ankle, and then from my ankle it went like bounces. It hit so hard it bounced there to the thing and it
My Geico motorcycle policy can cover my helmet too, so if it gets damaged, they'll replace it. I'm on Cloud 9.
Disclaimer, clouds cannot support human weight, and even if you procured a jetpack and searched, you'd find no cloud numbered 9. Geico assumes no liability for any disappointment in discovering clouds aren't numbered. Get more with Geico.
Daedalus, the master who designed this labyrinth, whose mind produced these dizzy passages. Daedalus, the genius, who invented ships which could sail under the sea, fireworks which would knock down a wall, lenses that set together could see as far as the stars. Fantastic machines. He fell so far. He fell so far from grace he finished a broken man, making the same little clay figure over and over. A child with wings.
A child with wings? What was that?
The one thing Daedalus made he had no control of. The one thing he ever truly loved. Icarus, his son.